Hello, everybody. Hi. Let me triple check that I am actually live. Okay, sorry. I just had therapy and it was a little bit intense. I mean, it was really good, but a lot. Many feelings, which is fine. So let's see if we can pull this up. No, you're not saying I'm live, but I think I'm live. If you're watching and you see this, let me know that I am indeed live in the comments, in the chat. That would be super duper helpful. Let's see. There we go. Okay. There we are. Hello, everybody. We are live. Good. So, hi, everybody. How are we doing? I don't have super long. I probably have about a half hour to chit chat. I know this was supposed to start at noon, but therapy went over quite a bit. Technically, my therapy goes till 12:15, so I should have said that this would start at like 12:15, 12:20, basically now 12:30. I might start moving my lives to 12:30. That might be a little better for me. Just that way I have like 10 minutes to debrief in between therapy and this instead of just like jumping right in and being like, oh my gosh, okay. Anyway, are we liking this shirt? Because I'm actually don't answer that if the answer is no, because I'm obsessed. I think it's so cute and I feel adorable in this. So if you don't like it, please don't tell me because I don't care. Anyway, hi. Okay. So today's live, I really wanted to focus in on my Get Shit Done program because I am opening another round of it that is going to run from July until December. It is a 6-month program and doors are open right now, but they will be closing on Monday, June 30th, because that's our first call. So you have until then to join. And I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it is and how it works and why you should join us. So full disclosure, this is a paid program. It is 6 months. We meet twice a week, every single week for 6 months. That's 52 meetings. So I cannot do that for free. So it is paid. Oh, shirt is cute. Thank you, Blair. Love it. So that is 52 meetings. The cost is $697. That comes out to $14 per call. And that it doesn't even account for all of the stuff that I'm doing on the back end to make the business run, to make the program run. So it's pretty affordable if you look at it that way. But also I understand if you don't have $697 lying around. Hi, Rosa. Good to see you. So because of that, I've got 3-month and 6-month payment plans available, and the payment plans do not cost any extra. There is no pay in full discount. It is just $697 or $697 divided by 3 or $697 divided by 6. So it's very straightforward. Cost is pretty simple. Let me think. So what do we do in there? The whole program is designed to restructure your relationship to productivity. This program is not designed to just like magically make you more productive or to magically make you not have ADHD or anything like that. It's basically to say, okay, you have ADHD, you are autistic, you're neurodivergent in some way. How can we work with the brain you have and be productive without burning out? Right? That's really the main thing I want to help you accomplish is how can we get more done without feeling like garbage? That is really what I want to help you with. That's what the Get Shit Done program is designed to do. Let me go ahead and drop the link to the program for you so that you can check out the page. And then I'll share the page on the screen as well. So it's just the neurocuriosityclub.com/GSD, Get Shit Done. And I will go ahead and share my screen. Please let me know in just a second if you can see this. Let me know. I can see it, but are you on Facebook? I am, but I don't post on there very often. So you can find me on Facebook if you want, but I don't really post on there. But are you guys seeing this? There's like 3 videos of me going right now. This is ridiculous. But anyway, let me know if you're watching, if you can see the Get Shit Done program page. It says doors are open now for the July through December round of the program at the very top. I can see it, but I worry that you all cannot because I've shared my screen before and had issues. So, all right, I'm going to assume that you guys can see it. I would love a comment from anybody. That would just make me feel better, but I'm going to assume you can see it. So this is the Get Shit Done program page, productivity that actually works for autistic, ADHD, and auDHD brains. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. My house is not immaculate. My teeth don't always get brushed, and I haven't painted anything in a hot minute. But at the same time, I've built my own business as a life coach. I've written a book and gotten a book deal. I'm raising 3 kids, and no one's caught on fire yet. I am more productive than I ever could have dreamed of a few years ago. So my executive functioning isn't perfect, but I can still get shit done, and I want you to have the same thing. Oh, thank you, Blair. Thank you for letting me know. So this is a 6-month program designed to help you get more done, especially when it comes to activities of daily living like housework, hygiene, and hobbies. The next round starts July 2025. Technically, it starts in June because we start June 30th, but that is almost July. So we're just rounding. People really, really love the Get Shit Done program. They're able to see big results in a short amount of time. There's a community of people who get it, and they're able to do things more consistently, which is awesome. So this program really combines emotional skills, practical skills, and gives both of these to you in the context of community so that you can make real change in your daily life. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So, okay, what do you actually get? You get group life coaching every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Zoom is not just work meetings. That could have been an email. It's also a great way to connect with people. You also get replays in case you can't make it every week. Then we have skills calls on Thursdays. This is where I teach lots of things. So I can show you, let me pull these up and I can show you, share this tab instead. So let's see, can you see this? Perfect. These are some of the dashboards that I've made for the different weeks of the Get Shit Done program. So like our week 1 dashboard is all about goal setting. And so we looked at the dimensions of wellness, SMART goals, earthquake goals, more and less goals, and then where are you going next? So I have all these like dashboards built out for the program. Let's see. So you get all of those with the skills calls, and you also get the replays, of course. There's also a Discord community so that you can connect with people in between the calls, which is super helpful. And then each month has a theme. So month 1 is where are you at and where are you going? Kind of all about goal setting. Month 2 is about self-love, or at least self-like, because I understand self-love can be intimidating. Month 3 is lovingly called Fuck the System, because I think it's disingenuous and irresponsible to have a productivity program that doesn't talk about the oppressive society that we're living in that makes productivity harder, right? Month 4 is called Externalizing Your Motivation, which is all about how to like break free of the need to have self-discipline and start like coming up with other ways to get shit done. Month 5 is practical tips for slowing down and relaxing for once. And then month 6 is making changes that last and coping with the ones that don't, because, you know, not everything's going to last. It's not built that way, and that's totally okay. You also get some really cool bonuses when you join the program, including my autism and ADHD discovery binders. And I have a whole other course about executive dysfunction that is usually $97 in my shop that you just get when you join the Get Shit Done program. This is a little bit about me. Executive dysfunction used to really rule my life. And don't get me wrong, it still comes up for sure, but it's less of like this oppressive force and more like this annoying gnat that I just have to deal with, you know? More nice words about the program. People say it's tailored to every member's specific needs. They found a sense of belonging and more functionality, which is awesome. So you get 6 months of weekly group coaching, 6 months of weekly skills calls, 6 months access to the Discord server, plus the bonuses. The cost is $697. There are 3 and 6 month payment plans available. If we break that down, if you only attend half the calls, let's say you don't get to half the calls, you don't look at any of the replays, you don't touch the bonuses, that is $27 per call, which is like super, super affordable. Okay, so frequently asked questions. Let's go through this. The program starts Monday, June 30th. If you're non-speaking or if you have social anxiety or you go through verbal shutdowns, we can use the chat to get coaching. So don't think like, oh, I'm too nervous to turn on my camera or to talk. Like that doesn't mean you can't get coaching. You should still join. This program is only for adults, so 18 and older only, please. It is not therapy. It is coaching, and those are completely different things. I can talk more about that if you have questions. Do you need a professional diagnosis to join? No, not at all. All folks are welcome. And then can this actually help you? Yes, it really, really can. And I would love to help you. So that is the program. Oh, I found your video on ADHD burnout so helpful. Oh, Rosa, I'm so glad. I am so glad that it helped you. It was really fun to make. I had a really good time making that video, and people have really enjoyed it, which just makes me extra happy. Oh my goodness. I must have said a word or something and got my phone all confused. Anyway, okay. So that's a little bit about the Get Shit Done program. Do you guys have questions about what it's like to work with a life coach, or what you can expect when you join, or, how to, I don't know, whether right now is the right time to join for you? I would be happy to answer that question honestly for you. Like, there are plenty of people for whom I just tell them, it sounds like now is not the time, right? Like, there are people who tell me like, yeah, I mean, I want to be more productive, but I really think I got to get a handle on my mood swings first. And it's like, okay, great. Now might not be the right time to join the Get Shit Done program then, because it doesn't focus on mood swings as much. It focuses a lot more on executive dysfunction and demand avoidance and burnout and productivity and all that stuff. So if those are more the struggles that you're dealing with and that you want to work on and you have capacity to work on, then I really encourage you to come join us in the Get Shit Done program. Doors do close on Monday, June 30th. You have all day Monday to join, so you can join at midnight if you want, but after that, doors are going to be closed. Let's see, I just saw your challenge a few days ago. How long have you been doing this? I've only just been diagnosed autistic and waiting on an ADHD assessment. My challenge. Saw your challenge. What challenge did I do? Sorry, I don't remember. Remind me of what challenge you're talking about in the chat. Oh, channel. Okay. I was like, what challenge did I do? Okay. Let's see. So I have been creating content on the internet since 2018. But it's only really been a business since October of 2020. And I have been coaching since like February or March of 2021. So I've been a coach for about 4 years now, a little more. And I have been creating content for a long time. I mean, even before I had a blog in 2018, I had a secret Tumblr all through college that I like posted on a lot. So I've kind of been like but I've only been a paid content creator the last like 4 or 5 years. I created on YouTube for a while. I took a break and then I created and I took a break. Like, YouTube is hard to be consistent with. It requires a lot of effort. Even now I'm like not as consistent as I want to be, but I'm working on it. It's just tricky. Like, you really got to script those videos so that they like sound right. And then you have to film and edit and like all the stuff. So it's a little bit tricky, but it's good. It's good. I like content creation a lot. I get a lot of joy out of it. I create over on TikTok as well. Excuse me. My handle over there is Meg Moxie, MEGMOXIE. Excuse me. Goodness. So I'm over on TikTok as well. I'm on Instagram, the Neurocuriosity Club, and here on YouTube, of course. I have an email list if you would like to join it. Specifically, I have a book coming out, and if you want to join the book waitlist, I can give that link to you now. Here we go. Yeah. So here is, my book comes out in September. So if you would like to hop on the waitlist for the book, go ahead and do that there. I'd be worried about lacking an external structure after the program and regress on old habits. Do you know how the people you've coached before have dealt with it? That's such a good question, Blair. So the fact that it's a 6-month program really helps with like not immediately going back to old habits, because it's not like a 6-week program where like, yeah, you're so excited and then the 6 weeks are over and you're like, how do I keep up with this? The truth is, like, over those 6 months, you are going to make slow and steady change that feels a lot easier to stick to than like trying to overhaul your life in 6 weeks. That's why it's a 6-month program. Oh no, Rosa, I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, Blair, if I can ask past clients, like, hey, how have you kept up with this? Like, do you feel that this program prepared you to graduate and like move beyond it? That is something I'm taking into account. That's why the last month of the program is how to make lasting change and how to stick to it and what to do when it doesn't stick. So the program really does try to address that. So my hope is that the changes will stick as best as they can, and that you'll be able to cope and figure a new solution out if it doesn't stick, In the UK, there's no official laws to who can call themselves a coach. That is not different in the US or Canada. I'm in the US. Coaching is an unregulated industry, so there is no board or whatever. There is the IFS, the International Federation of Coaching, I believe is what it stands for, but that's not like an official board or anything like that. Like there's no one, like if there's a really shitty coach out there, no one can really stop them legally unless they're breaking other laws, you know? Which is one of the downsides of coaching for sure. But I will also say that I have had my fair share of very unethical therapists who just the fact that they're licensed did not stop them from being deeply unethical. So there's that. I will say that, you know, other professions are not perfect either, but that doesn't mean that coaching is like this perfect paragon of amazingness or anything. It's not, you know, there are bad coaches out there. My hope is that I'm not one of them. I've worked very hard to be very compassionate, to be trauma informed, to be culturally sensitive, to I feel like I'm not a perfect coach because I'm not a perfect person, but I try very hard, and I do my best to be open to feedback as well. So when people have said like, hey, I didn't like how you did this, or hey, this was a little, like the other day I was coaching a one-on-one client and I could tell I overshared, and so I pulled it back and I like, you know, like, okay, there's a certain amount of sharing that's helpful in coaching and there's a certain amount that's too much, you know? So I do try to toe that line and make sure I'm being helpful first and foremost. Oh, yeah, that's why I asked if there's a Facebook group for the course. Okay, no, there is not. There is a Discord group. So Discord is like it's almost like an old school forum. It's like AOL forums a little bit, if you were old enough to remember those. So there is a Discord group for the Get Shit Done program. That way, you could keep up with people that way. Of course, Rosa. Yeah, no problem. Oh, Isabella's here. Hello. We're talking about the Get Shit Done program. I'm very excited. We start on Monday. And if you want to join, you should do it because it would be really fun. It would be great to have some of our YouTube family over there. That would be really cool. If you have any questions about the Get Shit Done program or about what life coaching is like, what life coaching is, how I do it, my approach, you know, please go ahead and ask in the comments. I'm super happy to I'm pretty transparent about this stuff. I did have somebody comment on a TikTok the other day that's like, you could have mentioned it was $700. And I'm like, did you expect a 6-month program where you get 2 hours of my time every single week for 6 months to be free? Like, how much did you think it cost? Like, I always get confused by those comments. I'm like, what did you think? Like, did you really think it was free? And how do you think I managed to do that? Like, could you do that? Do you have 2 free hours in your week every week that you can just like give your professional skills to people? So anyway, I get a little ruffled from those comments. I'm getting much better at it. That kind of comment used to like, it would have dysregulated me for a whole day. Today, it dysregulated me for like an hour and like, I was fine after that. So the program does cost $697 in case that wasn't clear, in case I wasn't being upfront. But I think that's a super fair price, to be totally honest with you. I know that just because it's a fair price doesn't mean it's a price everyone can afford. That's why there are payment plans that are completely interest-free, which means it does not cost extra to use the payment plans. There is no pay in full bonus or discount or anything. So yeah. They don't understand how much of your time you dedicate to the program and that you created it by yourself using your amazing skills. Thank you, Isabella. That's really sweet. Thank you. Yeah. I think there's an expectation in marginalized and oppressed spaces that because the people in those spaces are oppressed and marginalized, that they should get access to resources for free. And I get that, except that I'm also part of that oppressed and marginalized community. And therefore, like, I need money. And so, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, we live in capitalism. And I think some people believe that like, oh, in a perfect world, everything would be free. But I don't really believe that, because if something is free, that means someone did labor and is not getting paid for it. I think in a perfect world, we would all have enough money to fairly compensate each other for our work and effort and expertise. And that's the problem. It's not that I shouldn't be charging anything. It's that you should have money that you can give me to help you, right? The fact that you don't have money is because billionaires are greedy, horrible people, right? And I think equating a small business owner with Elon Musk is like super unfair. And I think a lot of people do it. And it drives me a little crazy. So I think there's a big difference between charging a fair price for my services and hoarding wealth that I could never spend in a million lifetimes. So yeah, those are my thoughts. We can't work for free. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, we can't. It's not fair. That's just not fair. And I think sometimes people think I'm like taking advantage of the disabled community by charging money for my services. And I just don't think that's true. You know, I think people forget that I'm also a part of that community. And yeah. Elise. Oh, please, can you type your Insta and TikTok handle? Of course. Yeah. I can just give you the link, actually. Let's see. TikTok, Instagram. Let me find that link. There we go. If you have to earn money doing something else, you can't keep doing what you're passionate about and help people. Exactly. Like, that's the thing. People are like, well, you're scamming the disabled community and expecting money from them. And it's like, okay, well, if you don't want me to do this, then I have to go work for Amazon. Is that really better? Am I making the world a better place by doing that? No, I'm making the world a much better place by doing what I'm doing now, you know? Yay, Rosa. Love to have you around. Thank you for joining the community and like being part of it. It's really great to have you. Yeah. But yeah, so Isabella, I'm with you. It's hard. It's very, people get frustrated, but they're frustrated with the system and they're taking it out on you. And you just have to learn to like disconnect a little bit. You're not scamming. You're transparent and tell people about the program. You're not making any promises. No, of course not. I like to think of it. My business coach helped me with this. She was like, you're like the gym. People can get a gym membership, but the gym doesn't guarantee that you're going to get swole and be able to lift 1 billion pounds and all this stuff, right? The gym doesn't make any of those promises because at the end of the day, it's down to the person with the gym membership to do that stuff. You're just providing the machines and the space and all that stuff, right? That's kind of what I do as a coach. Like, I'm the gym. I can give you all these tools and stuff, and I hope that they help you. I want them to help you. I would love to teach you how to use them like a trainer would, but at the end of the day, I just can't guarantee anything, not because it doesn't work, but because that's just not how anything works, you know? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Glad to know that you guys like get it. Yeah, hold on. I got to make sure my mom is on her way. We are going to get pedicures. I'm so excited because we have a wedding tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Crazy. I have to get a card. Maybe I'll do that while we're out, but, focusing. I got distracted by the pedicures. I have to keep an eye on my phone because she might get here soonish. Actually, it shouldn't be too soon, but just in case, I like to keep my eye out. Anyway, but yeah, that's some of the frustrations I have around people expecting things for free or for like a completely unfair low price, you know, and I already have things that are a completely ridiculously low price, you know, like my membership is like $7 a month and you get group coaching, body doubling 3 times a week, guest experts, like you get all kinds of shit in there. It's crazy. It's so good. I can drop that link if you want. I don't know if it's totally set up yet, but if you want to join, if you run into any problems, you can always just email me and I can fix it. But yeah, like I offer stuff for a very, very low price for people who genuinely can't afford it. The Get Shit Done program is for people who can afford it and who need that level of help. And that's okay. And I understand there are going to be some people who need that level of help but can't afford it. And to be honest, like my heart totally goes out to you if you're in that situation. And I have to make sure I have money to pay for my kids to be in daycare. I have to make sure I can put food on the table. I have to make sure our bills are paid. Like that is part of my responsibility as a mother, right? To make sure my kids have what they need. And that requires money. And so I just can't, there's always going to be someone who can't afford it. And that's the unfortunate truth. Like there's always going to be someone who can't afford it. And that sucks. And I hate that. And also I can't change it by making all my stuff free and making it so that I suffer and my children suffer. You know what I mean? Like my suffering doesn't change capitalism. In fact, it makes me a cog in the wheel of capitalism, if anything. So I have a whole program about this for small business owners called Making Money as a Leftist. If y'all are interested, I can drop that link as well, where I talk about making money as a leftist person. Let's see, there's a course version. I'm not running the live teaching version of it, but there's a course. So I'll drop that for you. You offer a lot on YouTube and you have live streams, so they get something as well. Exactly. That's the thing. If you really want my stuff for free, come get my content. I make 3 TikToks a day. I make 1 YouTube every 2 weeks or so nowadays. I do YouTube lives probably once or twice a month. Like, I'm on Instagram every now and again. Like, I make a lot of free shit. Like, come get the free shit. Like, stop. If you're not taking what I'm already giving for free, don't complain that you're not getting anything for free when like the free stuff is there. Like, does that make sense? It bothers me a little bit, but I won't harp on it. It's fine. Like, I have been in that situation before where I really wanted to work with someone, but it was out of my price range. And like, that does suck. And it always feels kind of crappy and it feels like they're leaving you out on purpose. But the truth is that they're not. And it's not really about you and it's not about me. And it's just about, they have to pay their bills. And I get that. I totally get that, you know? Okay. What else do we need? I will probably be on for another, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. So if you guys have rapid fire questions you want to send my way, whether it's about the Get Shit Done program or about coaching or about autism, ADHD, about my book coming out here soon. I think I dropped the book waitlist early on if you want to hop on there. Let's see. I'm working on creating a pre-order page so that you can pre-order from Amazon, bookshop.org, Jessica Kingsley Publishers, Barnes & Noble, like all the places. So if you do ask people who finished the program what stuck and what didn't stick, I'd mostly be interested in hearing their insight on why it did or didn't for them. Okay, I can work on that. I won't have their responses in time for you to join this time around. But I could see if I can get their responses and I'll make it part of the marketing campaign next time for sure. Because we do start on Monday. And people have ADHD and responding quickly is not always their forte. So, which I totally get. Yeah. Oh, of course, Blurf, no problem. No problem. Okay. Any other questions before we go? Does anybody need anything else? I'm going to drop the Get Shit Done program page one more time. I would love for you all to join us if you can. Can't join this time anyway, no worries. Oh, yeah. Not to worry. This program will definitely run again. I've been running it since like June of 2021 in some version or another. So it will definitely run again. So no pressure to join this time necessarily. But I mean, if you're ready, you should. But if you're not, you should, you know. No questions this time. Just wanted to give you my support. Thank you, Isabella. It's so welcome. It's so nice. Thank you. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I'm going to go ahead and go. Maybe see my husband for a minute while he's on his lunch break before I go get my pedicure. But yeah, it was lovely to hang out with you all, and I'll see you all next time, I guess. Wow, is the course lifetime access? Oh, it is 6 months access. And then you get lifetime access to like all the dashboards and slideshows that I create and whatnot. And I'm toying with the idea of giving lifetime access to the Discord because I want people to be able to stay in touch. I just probably won't be that active in the Discord after the 6 month point, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's active for 6 months. And then I think I'm going to give people access to the Discord, like, you know, ongoing. So that's kind of what you're looking at. But yeah, it's 6 months. You should join us, Rosa. It would be so fun. You can check out more information on the sales page on the neurocuriosityclub.com/GSD. All right. Bye, everybody.